Hey y'all, it's Lindsay. I am going to share a what I eat in a day video with you today. Is this echoey here? I don't know if my porch is a little bit echoey. It sounds echoey to me, so hopefully it's not terrible for y'all. This is my new porch. It's just got a couple chairs. We just sit out here and it's lovely. It's already really hot on the back porch deck area, so I decided to come sit in the shade so I could actually see what I was doing here. We are getting into a nice little groove here at the new place, and I found camera equipment, and I am able to use our computer now so I can actually like edit videos. So that's always a plus. And yeah, we're just settling into our regular rhythm. I try to say regular and rhythm all in one, so it came out like rather. Blah, blah, blah. We're winning today. Okay, what do I have today? I am on my second cup of black coffee. I gotta tell you, going from a higher protein focus to a more moderate protein focus and having more fat to satiate me has been a really great time. I guess it's just been really good for me at this point. I'm still in the assessing phase of that whole process to see, does this actually make me feel better, or is it just changing things makes me feel better? I'm not really sure of one answer or the other, but it's working for me right now. I will say, putting fat into my coffee, it just takes so much more like physical effort, as silly as that sounds. I'm like, ugh, I actually have to do something to the coffee. I can't just pour it into the cup. No. I have not been drinking every coffee with fat, for sure. I do not track my macros other than keeping mindful of just like the rough estimate of how many carbs and how much protein I've consumed. And I'm just trying to allow my body to find this equilibrium. I have been using some of the, I'll have to go see which brand they are, but I've been using some ketone test strips for like some urine strips, and that's because I can't find my keto blood monitor. I can't find it. We're still hunting, and I can't find my glucometer either, or glucose monitor, however you want to say that. So I'm still in the process of finding those things. I think those will be a better measure of whether or not my blood sugars and my ketones are where I think they are. Right now, according to the P strips, I am wasting about 1.0 to 1.5 on the scale. So I feel pretty okay about that. Obviously, it's not nothing. So my body is not like hyper efficient, but it's more efficient than I thought it was. So there is that. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you want to pee as dark as you can on those deals where you're like super dark pink in order to tell if you're in ketosis. And I'm like, but that's the waste. Like, don't I want to use those things? So anyway, there's all of that. A little bit of a story time, little story time. Yesterday afternoon, I had a MCT oil coffee. And so I did some Perfect Keto chocolate collagen, and I got a whole bunch of things on their Memorial Day sale. I have fallen in love with the Perfect Keto products, with the exception of their Perfect Keto base. I don't care for that. And so I never really purchased any of the other things. I purchased that one item, decided to test it out, decided that I just did not like it compared to the Key Nutrition exogenous ketone base. And so I just kind of wrote it off. Like, I know everybody loves Perfect Keto, and I'm like, you know what? That's great for all of them. I'm perfectly content with what I've got going on. Well, I did order, I don't remember, like 5 items. I did the 5 and then got a free gift with the Perfect Keto Memorial Day sale. I've been loving their other products. I have been loving them. They're so flavorful. I cut all of the volume of powders that I use in half if they're flavored, because the flavor is strong and the sweetness is very sweet for my palate, and it works out so well. I mean, obviously it's money saving that way as well, but gosh, is it good. So good. The free gift I got was the MCT oil powder in strawberry. That stuff, it is clutch. It is so incredible. I don't have like proper vocabulary to describe how amazing that stuff is. And because I was so blown away by the strawberry MCT oil powder, I decided to become a Perfect Keto affiliate. I have my own link now, and I have the that's going to be in the description box of my videos now, and I have a 20% off coupon code. It's Lindsey M, and oh my word, I am so loving the MCT oil powders. I did order collagen, and then I've kind of learned a little bit more about, with it being in the powder form, it's a lot faster acting, I guess is the right word, on the way that your insulin responds. So I'm a little bit more reserved with how much of the collagen powders I'm using. And when I do the collagen powders, I'm adding in MCT oil powder as well. Well, okay, gosh, that was a major tangent. Just to tell you what happened yesterday. Oh my stars. So yesterday I made a fatty coffee around 3:30, and I did half a scoop of the Perfect Keto chocolate collagen. And then I just did like a heavy pour of some of the Viva Naturals liquid MCT oil. I didn't really measure it. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. I just gave it a little shoop and went on about my day. I drank the coffee. I finished it around 3:30, so I must have poured it about 3 o'clock. And then at about 4:30, 5 o'clock, all of a sudden I just felt nauseated, like so sick to my stomach. And I got to thinking about it, and I thought, how much MCT oil did I actually put in that coffee? And some reasonable deduction led me to believe I probably did about 4 tablespoons or a quarter of a cup. And the liquid MCT oil seems to have a more digestively irritating response in my system. Gosh, that was a verbose way to say that. So sorry. That seems to impact me more immediately, and it seems to be in a more negative way if I overdo it. If I only use 1 tablespoon of the MCT oil, it's fine. I don't have any struggles with it. I don't have any side effects, no symptoms, no nothing. But because I did 4 times that volume, it was like, oh, I feel sick to my stomach. So I didn't eat anything last night because I felt nauseated. I kind of wish I could have just like puked and gotten it over with and moved on with my life, but that was not to be my experience. I instead just went to bed not eating anything. I did drink club soda, just like plain club soda, nothing added to it, and that did help my stomach a little bit, but overall, there was nothing, nothing. And it is, what time is it now? Is it 8:30? Yeah, it's 8:30 right now. So I'm going on a pretty rockin' fast at the moment. Nothing too, major to write home about, but I'm not hungry. I'm not feeling like my stomach's trying to eat my backbone. I'm feeling okay about it. So I think I'm just going to fast for a little while longer and see if that helps my system just kind of like work its way through all of that MCT oil, because that was a lot of fuel. Just drinking the black coffee. I do not put anything in it. I don't put any sweetener in it. I don't put anything in it. And so I'm confident that that is not triggering too much of a response. I know like anytime you put anything into your mouth, there is research out there to show that you actually do have a small bit of insulin coming through your system. Even if you drink water, there has been some study work done on you still have a little bit of an insulin response. But I'm going to be okay with that right now. What else? My eyes feel very tired. I don't know. Whenever your stomach doesn't feel well, I feel like you don't sleep too awesome. So I think that's part of that. And it's a little bit bright out here, even though I'm in the shade. It's a little bit bright. Okay. I have pontificated for like 10 minutes. I am going to take a break. We'll go to swim lessons. We have a couple of errands we have to run. And when I have something to eat, I will be sure to come back to you and share that. Okay, it's 9:35. We need to get going to swim. I have another cup of black coffee here. I did go ahead and put my iodine drops in it. Amy from Amy's Carnivore, or Amy Carnivore's Angel, and I did a chat talking about iodine, and I've come to the place where I do just add my iodine to my coffee when I am taking my iodine. This is the 20% solution. I cannot find this on Amazon. I had to go to Lugal's website directly. The 2% that I was using, the J. Crow's brand, is a really good brand. I do have that one on Amazon. That's where I got that one. But I like that I can use a lot less volume and get the same concentration. So higher concentration, smaller volume, like it very much. And then I've got some Keto Chow electrolyte drops. Whoop. In my coffee as well. I do not drink the Keto Chow shakes at all. The sucralose just does not make me feel very well, so I choose to not drink their shakes. My husband does like the Keto Chow turned into ice cream, so we do that in the Ninja Creamy for him sometimes, but I do like their electrolyte drops. So that is what I have in my coffee here, and I'm still on the fasting train. I am starting to get a little peckish. I will show you when I finally do have something to eat. 11 o'clock. I am starving. So here's what we got going on. I'll come back to this actually. So I have half of a chicken breast that my oldest made Monterey chicken for dinner one night. So this is leftovers. Monterey chicken is just seasoned chicken breast with a couple of slices of bacon, a little bit of diced tomato, and then some kind of cheese of choice on top, cooked in the oven, and it's delicious. And then I have some sliced cucumber here, English cucumber, and then about 2 tablespoons of my homemade mayonnaise. I do have a recipe video for that. And in order to also bump up my fat a little bit and get some hydration going, I made one of my current favorite drinks. I need to add some more club soda here. Okay, what this is 1/4 cup of the unsweetened coconut milk, and half a scoop of the Perfect Keto Strawberry MCT Oil Powder. Not a flavor I would have chosen for myself. It came as the free gift, and I am so jazzed that it did. I would never put this in coffee. For me, that's not a flavor profile I'm interested in, but for like strawberry milk or this kind of like cream soda almost type thing I've got going on here, this tastes incredible. So have a scoop, a 1/4 cup there, and then a serving of club soda here, and it's delicious. And that is going to be my food. Okay, that strawberry soda basically is kind of what I'm calling it, is so good. Oh, so good. So refreshing. It helps me get my fat in and without bumping up my protein. I tell you what, like this lighting is not doing me a whole ton of favors, is it? Anyway, food was good. I only made it to what, like 19 and a half hours? Almost 20 hours of fasted state. So that's the longest I've ever fasted, ever, that I'm aware of without actually being ill. So, I mean, like without, you know, like having some kind of like a flu or some kind of an actual stomach virus. Yeah, I've never been able to fast that long before. I don't think I've been able to fast past 16 hours in the past. So there we go. All right, we've got more things we've got to manage. When I have something more to eat, I will let you know. All right, it is 3:45 and fasting has done some weird things to me. I'm not sure how to go about this. Anyway, so I have made some waffles in my big waffle iron. I clearly had a bit of an issue. I was just playing around with some different ingredients, seeing what I could do. This is some eggs. I separated eggs and stiffly beat the whites. Well, half of the whites. I did 4 egg yolks, 2 egg whites, stiffly beaten separately. And then I added 2 ounces of cream cheese, some sweetener, some vanilla, some salt. And then I folded in my egg whites. So this is half the protein of those eggs, clearly. And so that's, you know, a better fat to protein ratio for me for what I'm doing right now. Then they just turned out a little bit floppy jalopy. So I attempted to air fry them for a few moments just to try to bring some crisp to them. It failed. It's fine. We're going to move on with it. I did put some whipped cream in my in between them, and I've got a strawberry here. I'm going to go eat these because, yes, I am very hungry right now. Once I ate at that 11 a.m. mark, it's like I've been very hungry. So I'm on my second bottle of water here, and we'll see how far this takes me. Those were delicious. Wow. They are not perfect, though. Texture was definitely soft, definitely soft. More of like a crepe texture, but with a waffle pattern on it. So I am going to play around with that a little bit more. Plus, I didn't get my whipped egg whites fully distributed evenly through my batter, so there was a lot of seeping out of my waffle iron. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get that all cleaned up, but I definitely am glad that I tried, because what fun is it if you don't try? I probably will need more food. What is happening here? Oh, okay. I don't know what I want to have, though. I just don't know. I just don't know. Maybe some coffee? You know, coffee is always a good idea. Hey, it is 6 o'clock. I am bringing a meal over to one of the families in our church who just had a baby, and I've got it all packed up. I made them like an oven rotisserie chicken. My new oven is like a dual function where it can be a convection oven, it can be a regular oven, conventional. So that's been super fun to play with. And so I'm bringing them that, and macaroni, cheese, green beans, fruit, you know, things. I'm bringing them things. But because I had those waffles only like less than 2.5 hours ago, I do not want to make food for myself, and we're kind of at that moment where I need to be leaving here in about 12 seconds. So I've decided that I will take coffee to go, because I never had that coffee earlier, and I have not had any fat tea coffee. Wow, why was that hard to say? I don't know. But let me show you. So I managed to find the instant milk frother on clearance at Walmart here in my town for $22. I was so jazzed about that. That thing is $40 on Amazon, so winning at life. I have 12 ounces of black coffee down in there. And then I did 1/4 cup of coconut milk, and then half a serving of the Perfect Keto salted caramel MCT oil powder. Look at how well that frothed. That is beautiful. I'm going to get myself a little scraper and get the remnants of that, because I cannot stand for that to go to waste. And we're going to go take care of our church family, and if I have more food, I will be back. It's a lot later. Like, it's 10 o'clock. So I only drank about 1/3 of that coffee. I'm going to have to warm that up, because cold coffee is not my favorite. So I'm going to transfer that over to a ceramic mug and rewarm that in the microwave. I'm starving, because that was the last thing, and it was like, what, 6 o'clock at that time? So I have 2 eggs that I scrambled up in about a tablespoon of butter, and then I have 4 slices of some very thin bacon here. I don't like super crispy bacon, so this looks perfect to me. And this bacon is not the right thick cut. It's from Sam's, and it's just like regular thickness bacon. So 2 slices are 7 grams of protein. So I know I'm not really going over on any kind of protein for the day. Just really high fat, and not really high fat, I guess. I am hungry. I should probably have mayonnaise added to this, because mayonnaise. Hold, please. All right, now we've got some homemade mayonnaise on there and a little bit of Cholula. Let's get that on there, because what is mayonnaised eggs, here's my mayo, without some Cholula, it's great. Love it. We dropped off that food at our church family's house, and that was great. They were very appreciative. The baby is adorable. Oh my word, so stinking cute. You forget how small very tiny little newborns are. I think the baby was only about a week old, if I'm right. It's hard for me to remember dates. So anyway, super precious. We came back home, texted one of my friends and said, hey, you haven't seen my house yet, come over. So she and her kids came over, the girls and her kids, they all played, had a grand old time, roaming all over the house, playing the hide and seeks, running around outside like a bunch of wild children. The way it should be, right? And I never took the time to stop and prepare myself something to actually eat. So that's why you see all of the the eggs and the bacon. I was really hoping to get to Texas torpedoes, which is a recipe my grandmother taught me how to make that we just really love. And we haven't had them in so long. Normally you grill them, but I want to make some of in my air fryer back here. And I wanted to share that, but today was not the day for that. So I am going to go eat this food while it's still a little bit hot and relax for a little while and yeah, call it a night. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.